All right, guys, this is episode 6 of Money in the Junkyard, and I know I left off the last couple episodes without having sold anything except for that one piece, and we sold a bunch of stuff since then. So I got a lot of activity on eBay, and then right after episode 5, I sold a bunch of stuff on the forums or on the Facebook groups. So this episode, I'm just going to go through and track everything that has been sold from episode 1 through 5. Which I'm really happy about, and then we're going to do our first donation at the end of that, because we said that we're doing 20% of net proceeds are going to be donated to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So we will go through everything, see what's selling, see what's not, tally everything up, and I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, so we have episode 1 here. I've only sold one thing from episode 1. That is the DME that I sold, that engine computer from that first 540i. Sold that for $87, and then after eBay fees and shipping and the price and buying it at the yard, made $55.90 on it. I still have those wheels, those BBS RX wheels. I keep dropping the price. Those are taking up a lot of room in the garage and have not sold. So that's not great, but they'll sell eventually. Okay, episode 2. Episode 2, we only had those two things, the black center console lid, I think that was from the E90 3 series, and then the 7 series amp. That amp from the E65 7 series from 2002 and up. And I did sell that amp after a lot of shipping charges on that one. Sold it for $118 after all the fees and everything, $62 in profit. So not bad, not great, but not bad. The shipping took a lot out of that one. Episode 3 was a big episode. This was that black 735 IL where I took all the heater control stuff and tested it in my M5, and then there was that really clean W126 300 SEL that I went through. So I've sold a bunch of stuff from this one. I sold the sword, which is that big blower motor resistor, for $107 after testing it in my car, so $90 profit on that. I sold the control module for the heater control module for $140, so $95 after expenses. I have the ambers here marked in orange because that was disputed by the seller because I shipped it late, and even though I provided tracking, eBay decided to refund that, so I lost a little bit of money there. The control module, the ignition control module from the W126, I sold for $52, made $30 on it. The fog light I sold for $47, made $24 on it. So episode 3 was good, and there's still a lot of good stuff there that's listed. Episode 4. Okay, big thing on episode 4 was that Velocity stack intake manifold. That's the very rare V8 intake manifold for the BMWs on the early 7 series, the early E32 7 series 740 IL. So I bought that for $29 and I sold it for $389. After all the fees and everything, I made $343.39 on it. So that was really good. I mean, that's huge. That was awesome. The M50 intake manifold, I sold that for $140, made $65. The E39 headlights I sold for $220 and ended up making $96. Now the shipping expenses for that intake manifold and those xenon lights, I just boxed those up and took them to the post office. And now I know that through eBay, if you sell on eBay, you get heavily discounted rates on UPS and FedEx home delivery. So I probably would have saved at least $20 or $30 on each of those shipping expenses. So I would have made a lot more had I known that, but that's just kind of the price of being a newbie. Okay, and then for episode 5, we had that black 91 560 SEC, the W126 or the C126, that big coupe that I only pulled the fuel distributor out of, and those lug bolts, the extended lug bolts, and nothing is sold there yet, but that's fine. So nothing sold for episode 5. Okay, so now I've got everything tallied up. So the total we've spent so far at the yard is $579. We spent $579 at the junkyard. our revenue so far from all of our sales, so gross revenue, so without eBay fees. Actually, this does include eBay fees. This does not include shipping. 1301.15. So $1,301 in revenue. Pretty good. Shipping 268.11 so far. I know I mentioned earlier that I could have saved some money on shipping had I known more about how eBay does the FedEx stuff. And I'm learning a little bit more about that. So in the future, my margins will increase as I get better with these things. Profit. So profit so far, episodes 1 through 5, with a ton of stuff still not sold. $853.05, which I think is pretty good. That's pretty awesome. I'm really excited about that. The amount of parts I have listed on eBay is 1,900. So this is stuff that I have it listed maybe a bit aggressively, and you have to on eBay because eBay takes a lot of fees. But even if I sold it, if I get offers in at 25% of what I have it listed for, that's another $500, and I've already paid for those parts at the yard. So that's a good number to have. I like having $2,000 worth of parts sitting on eBay, where I can get a chime any second on my phone that I sold something, and that does happen pretty often now, and it feels it's pretty cool. All right, so our profit was $853.05. Our net profit, and 20% of that for St. Jude's is $170.61. $170.61, which is a lot. So let's go. We'll go make the donation for episodes 1 through 5. There it is. There's the first donation. All right, so not a huge amount of money, but it does feel good. So I'm glad that we got our first donation in. I am speaking to you from the future, so I know that I've hit the yard a few more times. I've gotten lucky. I've run into some pretty good stuff. I'm looking forward to getting the next videos up. I've also started taking pictures while I'm at the yard and sharing them on Facebook groups. I'm gonna put up my Instagram that I started for this, so that when I'm just kind of browsing the junkyards, enjoying my coffee, if I see a car that I think is rare or cool, I'm gonna post it on Instagram and see if people want to buy parts directly through Instagram, and I would probably donate a larger percentage of that to St. Jude's. I've been doing like 40%, 100% on a few things recently. So that might be a cool thing to explore. I don't really know how it's going to work, but I'm having a good time. I hope you guys enjoy the idea of being able to make money in a junkyard like I do. So hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one.